Our first performer for this evening is Jock. He is a journalist and an academic. He sings a little, runs a little, dances a little, he drinks a little, but he can't dance. He likes to believe he is growing old gracefully, but the jury is out on that one. He loves storytelling, whether that be writing himself, teaching others how to do it, or watching quality TV, documentary and cinema. Please join me in warmly welcoming Jock Cheetham to the mic to share his story with you.
Hello. Our story begins, as it often does, with two people falling in love. We met across our keyboards, typing away as sub-editors at the Sydney Morning Herald. Neroli and I dated, moved in together, bought a house. We shared pleasures, eating out, films, travel, politics, chatting, laughing. We had friends, but we were happy with each other's company. Neroli left journalism and got a PhD examining multiculturalism. Her speciality became cultural diversity in regional areas. When I left journalism to teach in Bathurst 3 years ago, an attraction for Neroli was the opportunity to develop a multicultural festival. Within weeks of moving, Neroli fell ill. Her bone condition, osteopetrosis, was worsening. It had meant many broken bones. This time it was not to be so simple. Neroli endured one of the most torturous illnesses imaginable, drawn out, painful and upsetting. Her jawbone died and became infected. Days, weeks, months in hospital. She lost her sight, no support for months. She lost her sense of smell, the pleasure of eating gone. We found some happiness in between failed operations, comas, delirium. And a lack of a diagnosis. And then she was gone. She hadn't really moved, fed herself, written, turned over in bed for 4 months. I was left with memories of hospital, of desperation, and of seeing Neroli lying motionless in that institutional bed. Neroli's only comfort, and mine, was that her mother and I had been with her constantly through the years of agony. I returned to Bathurst without Neroli. My friends were in Sydney and abroad. I was alone. Looking back, I'm surprised by the near total lack of contact anyone made with me. Friends and family left me alone, a function of distance perhaps, geographically, and created by my own personality and the strong persona I had projected and continued to project, maybe. I don't know. I began work on Neroli's legacy, ideas percolating and developing. But I felt a sense of pointlessness. I fell into despair. I had a choice between life and death. Nearly 2 years isn't enough time to say you get through it. Trauma's impact is profound. Post-traumatic stress. Things can be okay, then not okay. Life's trials quickly become shuddering, shattering shocks to the body. I continued exercising. I sought counselling. I worked on Neroli's festival and my day job. I met Meow, and in getting to know her, I chose life. That act of reaching out was one of the few I was able to make. Meow reached back. I launched the Bathurst Multicultural Storytelling Festival last year, one of Neroli's ambitions. I was alive to run around Bathurst, listening to podcasts, one of which discussed how men can't share, suffer alone, and too often take their own lives. People, if they aren't looking, won't notice the suffering. Recently, I read about a man who lost his 17-year-old stepbrother. He said through tears, he did certainly cry out for help at certain points, and only with the benefit of hindsight do you understand those moments for what they were. I don't seem to be able to reach out, to express vulnerability, to ask for help. In talking with a psychotherapist, I thought about others in similar situations. I decided to act. I was not alone as a man struggling to communicate his pain. I could advocate somehow. I joined a men's group and shared a version of this story. I shared a version at an open mic night. And at this year's Multicultural Storytelling Festival, I told Neroli's story, our story, and some of my own. Today, I'm sharing in the hope others will open up. I'm inviting everyone to reach out to people in pain, to the grieving, and make the first moves. Because know this, as hard as it is to reach out to someone who is suffering, it is much harder for that suffering person to reach out to you. Mental health issues or trauma or deep pain are destabilising and have a kind of freezing effect. So take the opportunity to reach out. Look for cues as people open up a little and even just hint at asking for help. Take up those cues. Don't be afraid. Get out of your comfort zone. Listen, and please reach out. Thank you.